The Hollywood movie industry has changed. The landscape has changed. Tyler Perry is the most recent African American owner of his own production company, movie production company. Showed off his film studio yesterday, but he bought it a few years ago, so the murder was premeditated. But this is something of epic proportions, in my opinion. You have an African American person who owns a film company, which means he has creative control on what gets put out to the masses and represents people that look like me. The prior movie companies, you have 20th Century Fox. They call it the Big Six. 20th Century Fox, Warner Bros., Paramount Pictures, Columbia Pictures, Universal, and Walt Disney. Every movie you done seen probably in the last 15 years in the theaters, 20 years, 50 years, 70 years, has came out of those movie companies, which means creative control are by those companies and those elitists within those companies, which also means none of them are black-owned companies, which also means our perception in Hollywood is dictated by non-black people. So with Tyler Perry owning this movie studio, they purport that it's the first African American to do as such, but that is an error after looking it up. It's the second, as far as I know. In 1916, there were two African American brothers by the name of Noble Johnson and George Johnson, and they found Lincoln Motion Picture Company in 1916. So shout out to them for setting the precedent, and shout out to Tyler Perry for moving it forward. But as you know, in 1916, think about it, 1916, we're in 2019, and it's still racist, it's still more covert, but it's still out there. So imagine 1916 coming up with your movie company. You have citizens, I don't want to watch Negroes. Why would I watch a nigga? Let's be real. So you have a different time and a different era. There will still be people like that with Tyler Perry, but this has to be emphasized within our own community, because we have to learn to support our own community when they take drastic measures like this. This can help perpetuate our narrative as black folk. You want somebody who looks like you perpetuating the stories that we can relate to. When you watch Disney do a black movie, it just don't look right. You know what I'm saying? It's some nuances that they not adept to picking up. They ain't got the lingo. It just don't feel right. It be lowball corny. So to have Tyler Perry, and a lot of people, just like any motherfucker, some people like him, some people are indifferent, some people think he's a great person, some people think he's a sellout, whatever. I do know this. He made his way to ownership of a movie company which can change the landscape on how we view people entirely, if we support them. Black people, we have to if we're going to support watching movies, if we're going to keep watching movies, we might as well watch it within our own culture. Somebody who can relate to the culture, somebody who's from the culture. Despite the rhetoric or whether or not you think he's a sellout or not, he is a black owner of a movie production company. You have to understand the magnitude of that and how it can change how we are looked at, how these actors get low ass budgets for their movies by going through these companies. Your favorite movies, Boys in the Hood, Friday, Menace to Society, whatever black movie that you've seen, got about $5 million, $6 million to do. So we get shortchanged. The Wash, all of our creative, nice movies, you'll see motherfucking got two scenes. Friday, they on the porch. They go to the store one time. And they back on the porch. They back on the block. So how much does it cost to make Friday? Lead black actors are paid less than lead white actors through these distribution companies. Actresses. Monique was having an argument with Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, and the works about actresses getting marginalized. So you have that aspect of it. So us supporting this will be supporting black actors, actresses, the black representation. And I can't say nothing more than it was a win. Now, as far as I'm concerned, he has full ownership of it. So nobody's in his pockets. There's nobody he has to speak to. There's nobody he has to get approval of to get his content pushed out. So as black people, man, this is something we got to jump on. Honestly. Check his first movie that come out through that distribution company. We have to peep if they're going to try to stagnate it or make him not as reputable as the other companies, because you know that's coming. It's like 4, 5, 6 different ways of attack for a brother when he gets to climbing up this system. They gonna come at you legally. They'll assassinate your character, and then if push come to shove, they will assassinate you. So we gotta protect Tyler Perry at this point in time, at least his company and what he's doing. We have to be more supportive of our own people. People are going to look to deny him. People are going to look to talk shit. I can see it coming. People already talk shit about Tyler Perry films. But I used to watch the plays. I used to love the plays even more than the films. Because you got to understand, the films are through distribution to some other company. So he still doesn't have full creative control. There's people who can stagnate. Okay, we don't want that out. We don't want this out. So now you got full leniency, full leverage. And I'm excited, man. I want to know y'all thoughts on this. I think it's of epic proportions. Second African-American owner of a picture company. And we got to get behind it. We have to get behind it. Even if you don't want to get behind it, get behind it. Give the brother a chance. Shout out to Tyler Perry for doing this shit, man. Appreciate you. Keeping the push forward. And we all got to follow suit, man. It's your boy Dan. Peace.